You have your head down. You need to be looking up at what I'm saying. Because we are tired. Not me. I'm tired of hearing Tiffany Henyard did this. Tiffany Henyard did this. I need to know where my money is going. My money is going.
The United States of America is really the greatest country in the world. I haven't been to every country, but I would bet my bottom dollar that the statement that I just issued is very true. I lived in Europe for almost 6 years, and I've been to many countries in the European Union. And I'll be honest, I was very impressed. There are a lot of similarities to the United States, but nothing is quite as powerful and as great as the USA economy and living inside the country. The United States is when a great public sector meets a great private sector, meaning that a lot of the public works things are great in the States. Typically roads are decent. We're not saying they're always perfect. You have street lights, and if something were to happen, you have 911 and you have pretty good health care to help you out in a bad situation. But stop the show. Imagine that you were to give a call to 911 and the phone rang.
Thank you for calling 911. This is Loquisha.
Hello, ma'am. My house is on fire.
What city are you in?
Dalton, Illinois.
Sorry, we don't have any fire trucks there.
That scenario were to happen in the United States, you would think that that's crazy, right? Rewind! But that is something that might happen in the city of Dalton. You see, I covered not so long ago that Dalton had issues with its police cars almost being repossessed. That meant that it was a good possibility that police officers wouldn't even have police cars to chase down their suspects. But now there also might be a very good chance that the firefighters in Dalton will not be there and they won't be able to put out fires. Now, this is crazy for an American city. Again, I live in Africa where you don't really have firefighters, at least in Uganda, and you don't really have 911. That's more understandable here. But in the United States of America, the person that's really bringing this out in the open is a guy by the name of Adam. Adam's gonna come out and talk about it because he is working for the Dalton Fire Department, and he's exposing this.
The ongoing saga in Dalton now spilling over into the fire department.
But when the mayor first started to run in 2021, we did endorse her, and then everything went sideways.
Adam Farrick has been a firefighter in the village for 10 years. He's also union rep for Local 3766.
We have a ton of concerns.
Most revolve around financial issues. These are some of the grievances the union has filed against the village. Farrick claims many of the village's 21 firefighters don't want to speak out for fear of retaliation.
And there's always that scare of retaliation of what's going to happen if we don't beat to their drum.
Now that is Adam Farrick, who has been a firefighter for 10 years. And many of the firefighters are afraid to talk about the fact that they don't have insurance, they don't have a pension because Tiffany Henyard and her administration is stealing it. But more on that because we're going to come back to that. Fast forward! Now, the village of Dalton had a town meeting just yesterday, which is interesting, and we're going to cover that as it relates to the fire department. But Tiffany Henyard had to put down the rules of today's discussion.
Next, we have public comment, and it is 3 minutes. Everybody, just so you're aware, we have an ordinance that says you cannot disrupt the meeting. If you disrupt the meeting, you will be removed from our meeting. So if everybody will please stay in order and be respectful of each other. Whether you like what someone's saying or not, please keep your comments to yourself so they can get through their 3 minutes.
We got the rules of discussions. You only got 3 minutes. The first lady who came up was pissed.
Good evening, residents and trustees. I stand here, this is my first time actually attending a meeting, and I'm a little thrown aback because I received my tax bill. My tax bill is 3 times what it was last installment. My alleys are messed up. I have garbage all over the place. I have a couple of abandoned houses on my block. My property value is down because of the fact of this. But my property tax go up 3 times. I'm not accepting that. I need to know what's going on. Why can't Dalton Ellis get proper road repair or houses being repaired? You say you did all of this. You have not done anything. Nothing for, I don't know what even side that is, but the Dobson Ellis Avenue. It's horrible over there. Trees are down, everything. But you say you beautifying the village? No. And my property taxes go up? I pay for this. I've been here for 30 years. This is the worst I've ever seen this village. I am appalled to even be a resident. You have your head down. You need to be looking up at what I'm saying. Because we are tired. Not me. I'm tired of hearing Tiffany Henyard did this. Tiffany Henyard did this. I need to know where my money is going. I work every day. And you just gonna sit there and write like you don't even see me standing here. I have a problem with that. You say you're for the people, but how can you be for the people and you're not even looking at the people?
And you heard her. Tiffany Henyard couldn't even look the lady in the face. Now, this is something that you hear every single meeting when somebody from Dolton or one of the residents from Dolton tries to address her or get her attention. She won't look them in the face. She'll talk to the lawyer. She'll talk to Keith Freeman, completely ignore them as an immature person would. But then she wasn't expecting this to happen.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like for everyone that would please, and I'll yield my 3 minutes to it. Let's give our firefighters a standing applause.
That's Mary Avon giving a round of applause for the firefighters. But what happens next is interesting.
Good evening. My name is Adam Fari. I'm the president of Dalton Fire Local 3766. I'm here today with fellow members of 3766 looking for answers. Since January of 2020, the village has chose not to settle a contract and refused to bargain with us. They have ignored all requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard in 2021, she proceeded to replace our full-time deputy chief with a part-time deputy chief who contributed to her campaign fund. This is where the problems began. Local 3766 filed and won the grievance on a clear violation of our contract. What followed was a dysfunctional negotiation process, which leads us to inform the residents that we've been serving the village without a contract for 5 years. Currently, the village still refuses to negotiate, making progress extremely difficult and if not impossible. The second issue is our 457 accounts, which have been in litigation since 2022. This account is set up for individuals to invest their own money into a retirement fund. The money is withdrawn from the members' paychecks and is supposed to be sent to nationwide. The village does not follow these steps and has no accountability of where the money is or if they've spent it. Once this was discovered, the administration was informed via email by the previous union president that these missing deposits can be considered theft of wages. They reacted by placing him on an administrative leave for inappropriate emails. To this date, we are still 9 to 10 deposits short. This shows lack of accountability and is an act of gross negligence. The third issue, health insurance. Health insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. This has been brought up to the village numerous times. All requests to date have been ignored. A grievance was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement, Article 3, dues checks, the village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 2023, $12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's response to the step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp to where members have been hurt on the line of duty and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dalton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the village of Dalton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, our retirement funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
Did you guys notice that all the firefighters came up together? And did you all notice that the firefighters were white? All of them. You see, Dolton is a black city, 90% African American, but they don't have many, or if they have any, African American firefighters. That would lead me to believe that many of these firefighters don't live in Dolton, but these men of non-black origin put their lives on the line to save African Americans in this village without having insurance, without having pensions, without having a renegotiated contract by a mayor that they supported. And Tiffany Henyard will always lead you to believe that black people is hating on a black woman in power. They're talking down to a single mom. But see, that complaint came from all non-black people. See, she can't use race this time because the whole entire fire department, which I'm sure is mostly non-black, are tired of the corruption too. You see, that's the issue with people who are silly. They always try to minimize it to something that doesn't make sense, to race, to color, to sexuality or gender. That's what Tiffany Henyard wants to do, to belittle the argument or your position. But the position is, you're a fraud and you've hurt people. Not only are you hurting people, and these people risk their lives for the village, but you hurt yourself, because if somebody's house is on fire and you don't have a fire department, what happens to the person? Oh yeah, we all know. Bad things gonna happen to that individual. And see, I'm glad that this was exposed. I'm glad that this is something that was put out there, because you can't go out there and say, well, they hating on me, they jealous, they just going out there lies and telling lies. That ain't black residents. Those are non-black people who work for the village of Dolton, who put their lives on the line for the village of Dolton, who are being let down. And again, it's sad as hell. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.